Close your eyes and listen to the sea. Each wave carries whispers older than time. Legends rise and fall, but the ocean remembers all. Beneath the surface lies a kingdom beyond imagination, a realm untouched by storms, glowing with endless light. This is the Eternal Kingdom of Poseidon. The god of the sea rules not with fear, but with presence. His voice is in the tides, his breath in the waves. Sailors feel his guidance when the waters calm. Children hear his laughter in seashell songs. The kingdom is not just a place, but a promise. A promise that the sea will always endure. There are coral palaces where pearls shine like stars. There are creatures of wonder who guard its harmony. Every current carries a story to those who listen. Every ripple holds a secret of the deep. Tonight, we journey together into that eternal realm. We follow the currents to where myths are alive. We step into the endless embrace of the sea. Welcome to the Eternal Kingdom of Poseidon. The night is quiet, but the sea is never truly silent. Waves rise and fall, each carrying an ancient rhythm. If you listen closely, the water speaks in murmurs. These are whispers older than the mountains, older than time. They speak of journeys, of secrets, of unseen realms. Each wave that touches the shore brings a hidden story. It is said that the sea holds memory like a vast library. No book can contain the knowledge written in its tides. The whispers carry the voice of eternity, soft but clear. Fishermen once paused to hear them before setting sail. Children would sit by the shore, believing the sea spoke to them. They thought each ripple was a message from beyond. Perhaps they were right, for the ocean is alive. It is a living heart, pulsing with endless power. And at the center of that heart dwells its guardian. Poseidon, ruler of waves, keeper of the deep. But his kingdom does not shout of its glory. It reveals itself quietly, through songs of the sea. The whisper of the waves is its first invitation. The sound can soothe, but it can also awaken. It awakens wonder, curiosity, and reverence. Those who listen feel the weight of infinity. They sense a presence moving beneath the water. Not a threat, but a vast spirit of belonging. The sea embraces all who come with respect. Its whispers become a bridge between worlds, between the shore of men and the depths of gods. Each wave folds a piece of myth into its crest. Legends ride the foam, waiting to be remembered. Some say the waves tell of battles of storms. Others say they sing of love lost and found. But most agree they guard a greater truth. That truth is the Eternal Kingdom itself, a place where coral towers glow like lanterns, where pearls rest like moons upon the sea floor, where silence is not emptiness, but peace. The whispers lead us there, step by step, not with maps, but with rhythm and sound. The sea's music is a pathway into mystery. You cannot see the entrance, but you feel it. The waves carry you gently into its presence. Every whisper is a doorway, every tide a guide. Travelers have sworn they glimpsed the impossible. A shimmer of light under the water's skin, a shadow of towers rising in the deep. A song not sung by human voice. These signs belong to those who truly listen. The Eternal Kingdom cannot be demanded or forced. It must invite you as the whispers do. They carry Poseidon's promise through eternity, not of conquest, but of harmony and balance, not of fear, but of belonging to the sea. Close your eyes and hear the ocean tonight. Let the whispers wash over your heart. Let them remind you that the sea remembers, that it carries not only storms, but hope, that it hides not only depth, but light. The whisper of the waves is calling. It is the beginning of a journey eternal. It is the voice of Poseidon's kingdom. Listen and the sea will speak to you. Before the waves had names, before the winds found their path, there was silence. From that silence, a cry was born, a cry of creation. It was the birth of Poseidon, child of Cronus and Rhea. He was destined not for the sky nor the earth. His destiny lay in the restless heart of the sea. From the moment of his first breath, waters stirred. Streams bent their course as if called to him. The tides rose higher, eager to meet their master. The newborn god carried the power of motion. Every ripple answered, every drop knew his name. Legends say the sea recognized him instantly. It welcomed him as its guardian and guide. Unlike Zeus, who ruled with thunder, Poseidon ruled with depth. His strength was not in fire, but in fluid grace. His voice was the roar of waves against cliffs. His whisper was the calm tide touching sand. The sea gave him gifts beyond imagination. Creatures of the deep swam close, circling in devotion. Dolphins leapt beside him, sensing their protector. Whales sang their songs, weaving his name into melody. The very currents shifted, weaving paths of power. Every storm carried the rhythm of his heart. But Poseidon was not only strength, he was balance. He could stir the waves into fury, or calm the waters into glass-like stillness. He was both storm and sanctuary, fury and peace. This dual nature defined his rule forevermore. He became a god who listened as much as he commanded. Sailors prayed not only for safety, but for guidance. Farmers looked to the rains he could bring. Fishermen trusted his mercy in times of hunger. Poseidon's birth was not the rise of fear. It was the beginning of a bond with humankind. The sea would no longer be only chaos. It would also be a source of life, of promise. Each river that flowed to the ocean carried his blessing. Each drop of rain reminded mortals of his presence. His trident, a symbol of his dominion, shone with light. It was said to hold the harmony of three worlds: the depths below, the waters above, and the shore between. This gift became the mark of his eternal rule. But his truest throne was not a weapon or crown. It was the endless embrace of the ocean itself. The sea and Poseidon were inseparable, one and the same. The more he grew, the more the sea flourished. Coral bloomed brighter. Currents moved with new rhythm. Creatures unknown to mortals thrived under his watch. Legends spread of the god who breathed with the tide. He was the ocean's pulse, the rhythm eternal. And though mortals feared storms, they revered his name. They saw in him not only power, but protection. The birth of Poseidon was not merely divine. It was the awakening of the sea's eternal spirit, a reminder that water is both gentle and vast, that its keeper is both father and guardian. To know Poseidon's birth is to hear the first wave, the wave that began a kingdom beyond sight, the wave that carries stories even now. Close your eyes, and you may hear it still, the cry of a newborn god, echoing forever. It is carried by the sea, eternal and true, the birth of Poseidon, the god of the endless blue. Listen long enough, and you may hear it, a steady rhythm, deep and resonant beneath the waves. It is not the crash of surf nor the cry of gulls. It is something older, quieter, more eternal. This is the ocean's heartbeat, the pulse of creation. It beats not in blood, but in currents and tides. Each rise and fall of the sea marks its rhythm. Each whisper of foam is another note in the song. The ocean lives, and Poseidon is its heart. Through him, the sea breathes and remembers. When the tide rushes in, it is his inhale. When it drifts back to the horizon, it is his exhale. Mortals once knelt on the shore to feel it. They pressed their palms to the sand, sensing the rhythm. They knew it was no ordinary sound, but sacred. It told them they were not alone in the world. The ocean's heartbeat reminded them of connection. Connection between land and water, mortal and divine. Every heartbeat carries the memory of the beginning. The first drop of rain that touched the earth. The first wave that kissed a barren shore. Poseidon remembers, and through him, the sea remembers. His heartbeat guides sailors when stars are hidden. It calms storms when fear grows too strong. It carries prayers whispered by fishermen at dawn. Children dream with its rhythm in their ears. Mothers hum lullabies that echo the sound. The ocean's heartbeat is woven into human life. It shapes the tides that nourish the shore. It carries rivers home after long journeys. It gives balance to the seasons of the earth. Without it, silence would swallow creation whole. But with it, the world endures in harmony. Legends say you can feel it deep underwater. In caverns lit by coral, the pulse is strongest. It echoes against stone, steady and unyielding. Mermaids sing in harmony with its rhythm. Whales add their voices, creating endless choir. Even the smallest fish swim in its tempo. All life in the sea follows its guiding beat. Poseidon himself listens to it with reverence. For though he rules, he is also its keeper. The heartbeat does not belong to him alone. It belongs to the sea, to eternity itself. He is its guardian, its voice, its eternal witness. The ocean's heartbeat is more than sound. It is a promise that the sea endures forever. Storms may rise, but the rhythm never falters. Waves may crash, but the pulse carries on. It is a reminder that life itself flows onward, that endings are only pauses in an eternal song. When mortals weep, the sea answers with comfort. When they rejoice, it celebrates in rhythm. The ocean holds all emotions, yet stays steady. Its heartbeat keeps time for gods and men alike. Close your eyes beside the shore one night. You may feel it beneath the sand and stone. A thrum, a hum, a living reminder of eternity. It is not imagination, but truth hidden in plain sight. The ocean's heartbeat is the song of Poseidon. It calls across centuries, across nations, across lives. And in that rhythm, we are never alone. For the sea keeps us, just as we keep it. The heartbeat continues, steady, eternal, unbroken. It is the pulse of the deep, the breath of the world. It is the sound of the eternal kingdom alive. Beneath the endless blue, hidden from mortal sight, rises a kingdom of wonder. It is not carved from stone or built from iron. It is born of the sea itself, alive with beauty. This is Poseidon's palace, the heart of his eternal reign. Its walls shimmer with coral, glowing like lanterns in twilight. Pearls gleam within its halls, scattered like stars in the deep. Columns of seashells spiral upward in graceful symmetry. Every curve reflects the artistry of the ocean's hand. The palace is not silent, but filled with music. The hum of currents weaves through its corridors. Schools of silver fish flash like living chandeliers. Their movements dance across the vaulted ceilings of reef. Mermaids sing in alcoves carved by time and tide. Their voices echo with songs of peace and promise. Every chamber is alive, breathing with the sea's rhythm. No torch burns here, yet light glows eternal. It flows from crystals hidden in the coral walls. It shimmers across pearl floors, soft as moonlight. Visitors feel as if they walk among the stars. Legends say the palace shifts with the tides. Its towers bend like kelp, then stand proud again. It is never still, always moving with the sea, because it is not built against the ocean. It is built as part of the ocean itself. At the palace gates, guardians stand in quiet grace. Seahorses of golden scale, taller than ships, watch the currents. Their eyes glow like lanterns guiding travelers home. They bow only to Poseidon, their eternal master. Within the palace, halls lead to endless wonders. A throne of pearl rests upon a platform of crystal. It does not shine with power, but with calm. Here, Poseidon sits, not as tyrant, but as keeper. The sea itself bends gently around his presence. Creatures of every kind gather in the great court. Whales bow their heads in deep reverence. Dolphins leap in playful arcs through open halls. Even the smallest crab finds a place of belonging. This is not a palace of conquest, but of harmony. Every stone, every shell, every drop sings of balance. Legends say mortals who glimpse it forget their fear. They see not a god's throne, but a sanctuary. The palace does not hide from those who listen. It reveals itself in moments of wonder and respect. A diver pausing in awe may glimpse a spire. A sailor lost at sea may see a glow below. These are invitations, not illusions. They are whispers of the eternal kingdom. Within the deepest chamber lies the Hall of Echoes. Here, the voices of the ocean are preserved. Every wave that ever touched the shore is remembered. Every prayer whispered to the sea is held in silence. The walls hum with the heartbeat of creation. Poseidon listens here, gathering wisdom through eternity. The palace is both home and temple, both court and sanctuary. It stands not to display wealth, but to keep balance. Its beauty is not for pride, but for peace. Every pearl, every coral branch, every shell has purpose. It reminds all who enter of the sea's eternal truth, that harmony is wealth beyond measure, that beauty is born of balance, not conquest. Close your eyes and imagine walking those halls. Feel the glow of pearls beneath your steps. Hear the voices of mermaids rise in song. Sense the guardians watching with eyes of light. This is the palace of coral and pearl, a vision of eternity where Poseidon's kingdom breathes. A home of wonder, a heart of the deep. A sanctuary that whispers, the sea is forever. In the eternal kingdom, beauty alone is not enough. Every realm of wonder must also hold its keepers. And so the sea is watched by guardians of the deep. They are not soldiers, but beings of harmony and power, each one shaped by the ocean's hand for a sacred task. Together, they protect the balance Poseidon cherishes. First among them are the great seahorses of light. Their golden scales glimmer brighter than sunrise on waves. They move with grace, carrying currents in their wake. Legends say they guide lost sailors back to shore. Their eyes shine like beacons across the darkened sea. No harm escapes their watch, no shadow goes unseen. Then come the dolphins, joyful messengers of the realm. They leap through the water like laughter made flesh. To mortals, they bring comfort in storms and despair. To Poseidon, they carry news across the kingdom. Their songs weave stories of journeys and blessings. No corner of the sea is beyond their voice. Farther in the depth swim the ancient sea turtles. Their shells hold patterns like maps of eternity. Each step of their journey marks the rhythm of ages. They are guardians of wisdom, patient and unyielding. When currents shift, they know where balance lies. Their presence calms the youngest waves into stillness. And deep below, dragons of the sea stir slowly. Not the dragons of fire, but of flowing water. Their bodies shimmer like rivers bound into shape. Their breath is mist, cool as dawn upon the tide. They do not roar, but sing in low hums, a song that carries across leagues of water. These dragons guard the most hidden sanctuaries. They rest where coral grows untouched by time. They rise only when harmony must be restored. Even rarer still are the merfolk sentinels. They are not myths, but children of two worlds, half sea, half sky, yet loyal to the deep. Their voices weave spells of calm across the waves. They gather at the borders of the kingdom, not to keep intruders out, but to guide the worthy in. Their eyes reflect both sunlight and starlight. Their presence bridges the gulf between men and gods. Together, these guardians form a living circle, each one a thread in the ocean's eternal fabric. They do not fight for dominance or glory. They serve balance, peace, and the will of the sea. When the tides falter, they restore their rhythm. When storms rise, they steady the trembling waves. When darkness lingers, they shine with gentle light. Mortals who meet them feel awe, not fear, for they sense the guardians carry no malice. They are protectors, not conquerors. Companions, not rulers. Each carries Poseidon's blessing in a different form. The seahorses with guidance, the dolphins with joy, the turtles with wisdom, the dragons with strength, the merfolk with song. 5 gifts bound into one eternal circle. They are the breath, the laughter, the memory, the power, and the voice of the sea. Without them, the kingdom would lose its balance. With them, it thrives in harmony everlasting. The guardians of the deep are not legends alone. They are the living promise of Poseidon's reign. Listen to the sea, and you may hear them. A splash, a hum, a whisper in the tide. They walk unseen, yet they are always near. For as long as the sea endures, they endure, and their watch is eternal as the kingdom itself. The sea has a voice, though mortals rarely hear it. It sings in whispers, in echoes, in endless rhythm. This is the song of the tides, ancient and eternal. A melody older than mountains, older than stars. It drifts across waters, shaping the breath of the world. Every wave carries a note, every current a harmony. The dolphins weave laughter into its rising chords. The whales give depth with their echoing calls. Even the smallest shell hums faintly with its music. Together, they form a choir of boundless grace. The song does not merely echo, it guides. It steers storms away when balance is threatened. It carries ships safely when hearts remain true. It teaches creatures of the deep when to wander. It marks the seasons of coral, the journeys of fish. Poseidon himself listens as keeper of its rhythm. He does not control it, for it cannot be owned. He tends it as one would tend a sacred fire. He ensures its harmony is never broken, for when the song falters, the sea grows restless. Currents tangle, storms linger longer than they should. Creatures lose their way, and silence spreads. But when the song is strong, peace fills the waters. Travelers speak of hearing it in moments of awe. A sailor at dusk may sense a hymn in the wind. A diver may feel a pulse of music beneath the waves. A child on shore may hum a tune without reason. All are touches of the song reaching into mortal hearts. Its verses change, yet remain forever the same. Sometimes soft as a lullaby for sleeping islands. Sometimes thunderous as choirs within storms. Sometimes steady as the heartbeat of the deep. Yet always it returns to balance, to calm. Within Poseidon's kingdom lies the Hall of Tides, a chamber where the song gathers most clearly. Its walls shimmer with crystals that echo each note. Here, merfolk gather to sing alongside the ocean. Their voices blend with dolphins and whales alike. Together, they preserve the rhythm for eternity. The Hall of Tides is no mere temple. It is a living instrument of the sea itself. When mortals approach with reverence, they may hear it, not with ears, but with heart and spirit. For the song speaks not in words, but in truth. It reminds all that the sea is not enemy or tool. It is a partner, a teacher, a guide. Every tide that rises is a verse of its hymn. Every ebb, a promise of return. The Song of the Tides holds wisdom for all. It tells that strength lies not in force, but flow. That life is not conquest, but harmony. That endings are not silence, but beginnings renewed. Poseidon listens, but so too can mortals. All it requires is stillness, a pause, a breath. To place one's hand upon the water and wait. To let the heart align with the pulse of the tide. And then, faintly, the music will appear. Not as sound, but as presence. Not as command, but as invitation. It is the voice of the ocean, eternal and kind. It is the hymn that holds the sea together. The guardians follow its guidance, unerring. The palace glows in rhythm with its verses. Even Poseidon bows to its eternal wisdom. For he is not master of the song, but servant. The song of the tides is the heart of the sea. Without it, the kingdom would fade into silence. With it, the ocean breathes forever. And so it sings, unending, across all waters. A melody for gods, for mortals, for the world entire. The song of the tides, eternal and true. In the eternal kingdom, time is not measured in days. It flows like tides, endless and ever returning. Yet even here there are moments of celebration. One of the grandest is the Festival of Pearls. It is a gathering of creatures from every depth. Whales, dolphins, merfolk, and shimmering schools of fish. Even coral blooms brighter, as if to join the joy. The festival begins when the first pearl is revealed. From the heart of the ocean, oysters release their treasures. They drift upward, glowing like stars in midnight waters. Each pearl carries the memory of the sea. Some hold the whisper of tides from ancient ages. Others shine with the laughter of dolphins long past. They are more than gems. They are living echoes. The merfolk gather them gently with reverence. Each pearl is placed in woven nets of seaweed, then carried to Poseidon's great palace of coral. There, in the Hall of Harmony, the pearls are displayed. Their glow fills the chamber with shifting light. Every surface sparkles as though wrapped in starlight. It is said the pearls sing when gathered together. A faint chorus of tides, of voices, of memory. At the height of the festival, the song begins. Mermaids lift their voices in haunting melody. Dolphins leap in spirals, splashing rhythms of joy. Whales answer with deep, resonant calls. The entire sea becomes an orchestra of life. Pearls shine brighter, pulsing with each note. Their light dances across the palace walls. The guardians stand in quiet honor at the gates. Even the sea dragons hum their low refrain. It is not a performance, but a prayer of gratitude to the eternal sea, and to Poseidon, who keeps its balance whole. Mortals have spoken of glimpsing this wonder. A sailor drifting at night may see a glow below. A fisherman may hear distant song across the tide. They do not always know its meaning. Yet their hearts feel lighter, their fears lessened. The festival is not hidden, but not revealed. It shows itself only to those who respect the sea. Within the palace, the celebration continues. Merfolk weave garlands of sea flowers and shells. Children chase silver fish through glowing halls. Whales circle gently, their sighs no threat in peace. Even crabs tap their claws in rhythmic joy. It is a vision of harmony in living form. Poseidon himself watches from his pearl throne. He does not command the festival, nor lead. He simply smiles as waves ripple with laughter. For the festival is not for him alone. It is for the sea itself, for all who dwell in it. A reminder that beauty is not kept, but shared. When the music fades, the pearls remain. They are not taken, nor kept as wealth. Instead, they are returned to the ocean floor. There they rest until the next festival, carrying new memories, new echoes, new light. The Festival of Pearls is eternal, like the sea. It teaches that joy is not ownership. It is giving, sharing, remembering together. So the pearls shine and the voices rise. A celebration of life, balance, and eternal wonder. A festival where every wave becomes a hymn, and every heart, mortal or divine, is touched. Far below the palace, deeper than most dare to swim, there lies a place older than the coral walls above, a sanctuary of memory, called the Library of Currents. It is not built of stone nor carved by hands. It is woven from living coral, spiraled like a shell. Every chamber glows with light, flowing through crystal veins. Here, the sea keeps its stories, its wisdom, its dreams. For the ocean forgets nothing and remembers all. The library is tended by beings of quiet grace. Merfolk scribes drift among the glowing passages. They do not write with ink, but with waves of song. Each note they sing is captured by coral branches. The coral remembers, glowing brighter with each tale. Stories of storms, of migrations, of forgotten shores. Every current that has ever moved is recorded here. Every tide that has touched a beach leaves its mark. The halls are alive with whispering echoes of ages. When travelers enter, they feel voices all around. Not words, but the rhythm of memory itself. Some chambers hold the history of creatures. The first dolphin leap, the first whale song. Others hold the maps of currents long vanished. Paths that once guided fish now sleep in silence. And in the deepest hall rests the memory pearl, a glowing sphere brighter than any jewel of the sea. It hums with the voices of countless generations. The heartbeat of the ocean itself lives within. Poseidon comes here not as ruler, but as student. He listens to the wisdom of ages stored inside. For even a god must learn from the sea's memory. The library teaches patience, humility, and balance. Mortals who glimpse it are forever changed. They leave with fragments of forgotten truth. A fisherman may recall tides from centuries past. A sailor may dream of maps unknown to his world. The library does not give freely to all. It chooses who may hear and what they may keep. For memory is a gift, and also a weight. Too much truth can drown as surely as the sea. Guardians stand watch at its shifting gates. Sea turtles drift slowly, keeping time eternal. Their shells shine with patterns of history itself. They know when to open the way for seekers, and when to close it against greed or harm. Inside, silence is never empty, but full. Every ripple is a word, every echo a sentence. The library speaks without speech, sings without voice. It is a cathedral of remembrance in living coral. Legends say the library is endless, ever growing. Each tide adds another page to its woven halls. Each current carries a story to its roots. So it expands, unseen, with every passing age. Some believe it may hold the memory of creation. The first wave, the first drop, the first breath. A truth too vast for even gods to comprehend. And yet, Poseidon listens, humbled by its song. For he knows he is guardian, not master, of the sea. And the library is the sea's eternal testament, a place where nothing is lost, only transformed. A reminder that the ocean is not silence. It is memory, unbroken, flowing forever. The Library of Currents is the heart of wisdom. It whispers, to remember is to live. To live is to honor the tides that came before. And so it waits, glowing in the deep, a sanctuary of memory, eternal and true. Above the coral plains lies a realm of gentle light. It is called the Garden of Tides, a place of harmony. Here, the sea breathes slowly, calm and eternal. Coral towers rise like forests painted in shimmering hues. Every branch sways, as if dancing to the ocean's rhythm. Schools of silver fish weave through arches of living coral. Their movement sparkles like stars scattered across the sea. The garden is not ruled, but nurtured by Poseidon's hand. It is where beauty grows, untouched by storm or shadow. Sea anemones bloom in colors the surface never sees. Their petals glow softly, releasing threads of light. Gentle currents carry seeds of coral far and wide. Each new reef is a song born from the garden's heart. Turtles drift slowly, grazing on beds of seagrass. Their shells glimmer with ancient stories of migration. Dolphins leap joyfully through the clear waters. Their laughter echoes against the coral walls like bells. Above, shafts of sunlight pour through the waves. They scatter like golden ribbons across the sandy floor. Every creature finds balance within this sacred space. Predators and prey move in harmony, not in fear. Here, the ocean teaches that life is interwoven. Each strand depends upon another like a woven net. Even the smallest shrimp has a place in the song. Even the drifting plankton carries a hidden purpose. Merfolk come here to tend and to honor. They plant coral seedlings with songs of blessing. Their voices rise and blend with the hum of waves. Each note encourages growth. Each song strengthens roots. The garden blooms with their devotion and care. It is not possession, but a gift they protect. Children of the sea learn their first lessons here. They see how fragile beauty can still endure. They learn that to take is easy, but to nurture is sacred. In this place, even Poseidon bows his head. For he knows power is not measured by storms. It is measured by the peace a ruler preserves. The garden is proof of the ocean's kindness, a reminder that creation thrives beside destruction. Where reefs rise, storms once fell. Where harmony sings, silence once lingered. Travelers speak of the garden as a dream. They describe colors no tongue can fully name. They remember the stillness of time within its borders. It feels eternal, though each wave is fleeting. Some believe the garden is alive with awareness, that it listens, remembers, and responds in quiet ways. Fish linger where hearts are kind. Currents guide the lost. The ocean speaks here without voice, without words. Merchants who pass near its edges feel blessed. Sailors glimpse its glow and find calm in their voyage. No maps can claim it. No charts can bind it. The Garden of Tides reveals itself only to the worthy. Legends whisper that it is the sea's heartbeat, that when it blooms, the ocean itself is well, and should it ever fade, the sea would mourn. But it thrives, glowing brighter with each passing tide. Its beauty is not fragile, but resilient, for harmony is stronger than any tempest. Poseidon walks its pathways in silence. He does not command, but listens to its song. In the garden, he is not king, but guardian. He learns that to rule is to protect balance, that strength lies not in domination, but care. And so, the Garden of Tides endures. It blooms with coral, with song, with life unending. A jewel of the ocean, radiant and eternal, the living heart of Poseidon's eternal kingdom. Beyond the garden lies a realm of shimmering depths. It is called the Hall of Echoes, where sound becomes sacred. Here, the ocean sings not with voices, but with memory. Every note drifts through waters like a feather of light. Whales gather here, their songs weaving tapestries of time. Each call resonates through chambers carved by the sea itself. Their voices stretch beyond distance, beyond generations. In these halls, the sea remembers through vibration. The walls hum gently, carrying echoes of ages past. It is said each song leaves a mark upon the stone. The Hall of Echoes is more than a place, it is a vessel, a temple built not by hands, but by currents and tides. Here Poseidon listens more than he speaks. His trident rests, silent, as he closes his eyes. He allows the ocean's voice to flow through him. He feels every rise and fall as if it were breath. The whales are the keepers of its wisdom. Their songs stretch like threads, binding the seas together. Some notes tell of migrations across endless horizons. Others speak of loss, yet also of renewal. Every song is both sorrow and celebration entwined. The dolphins join with lighter tones, playful and bright. Together, they weave harmony across the vaulted waters. It is a symphony born not of control, but trust. No creature conducts, yet all move in rhythm. Even the smallest shrimp clicks, adding to the music. Even the coral hums faintly, joining the chorus unseen. The hall vibrates with a harmony unbroken. Travelers who hear it are often moved to tears, not tears of sadness, but of recognition. For in the Hall of Echoes, hearts hear truth. Truth that life is a song shared by many. Truth that existence is rhythm, not silence. Merfolk enter quietly, never interrupting the sound. They swim in circles, moving with reverence. Some bring shells to amplify the tones. Others carry hollow stones that ring when struck. Their gifts become instruments in the living choir. No voice here is greater than another. Even Poseidon, god of the sea, is but one. He learns that to listen is an act of power, that silence can hold more strength than thunder. The hall reminds him he is not alone. His kingdom is vast because it is shared. The whales call, the dolphins respond, the corals hum. Together, they weave the living hymn of the sea. It is a hymn that reaches even the surface. Sometimes sailors hear it as whispers in the night. They speak of mysterious songs beneath their ships. They dream of voices too deep to be human. They awake with peace in their hearts. For the ocean's song does not threaten. It comforts. It cradles as it teaches, like a mother's hand. Legends say the Hall of Echoes is endless, that it expands as long as life sings. Each creature adds to its growing chorus. Each heartbeat becomes another note in eternity. And when a creature's song ends, it lingers here. No life is forgotten, no voice lost to silence. Every melody becomes part of the sea's memory. This is why the hall is sacred above all. It carries not just sound, but the spirit of living. Poseidon leaves with humility in his heart. He understands his role is not to command. It is to preserve the song and keep it whole. The Hall of Echoes hums as he departs. Its music continues, unbroken, eternal. It reminds all who enter. You are not alone. You are part of the song, forever and always. The ocean is endless, yet it holds a single heart. That heart beats within the eternal kingdom of Poseidon. Its rhythm is carried through currents, tides, and storms. It is steady, patient, and filled with quiet power. From the palace of coral to the garden of tides, from the library of currents to the hall of echoes, every place tells a story of balance and belonging. Every voice, great or small, becomes part of the whole. Poseidon does not rule by force or fear. He rules by listening, protecting, and remembering. He knows the ocean is not his possession. It is a gift entrusted to his care. A vast symphony where every note matters. A fragile harmony, yet stronger than any storm. The merfolk sing, weaving songs with the waves. The dolphins leap, their joy echoing in the deep. The whales carry ancient wisdom through their calls. The corals glow, holding memories of countless tides. Even the smallest shellfish adds to the story. Even the drifting plankton carries life forward. Together they form the kingdom, living and eternal. Together they remind the world that all is connected. Travelers who glimpse the kingdom never forget. They return with wonder etched in their hearts. Some speak of glowing halls beneath the sea. Others dream of voices that were never human. All remember the feeling of peace and awe. For the Eternal Kingdom is not only a place, it is a truth carried by the ocean itself. A truth that life thrives in harmony, not division. That power rests in care, not in conquest. That memory and song can outlast even time. Poseidon himself stands at the edge of his realm. He gazes out at waters stretching beyond vision. He knows the ocean will outlive even the gods. Yet he smiles, for he is its guardian, its keeper, its student, and its protector. He raises his trident not to command, but to bless. The sea responds with a shimmer of light. Currents stir, carrying the blessing across the world. To distant shores, to unknown depths, to waiting hearts. Mortals on ships feel the calm of the tide. Fishermen find their nets heavy with abundance. Children by the shore laugh at dancing waves. All touched by the kingdom feel its gift. A reminder that the ocean is alive, that it breathes, remembers, and gives endlessly. The Eternal Kingdom of Poseidon is not hidden. It reveals itself in every ripple of water, in every tide that kisses the sand, in every storm that clears the sky. It whispers in seashells, hums in rivers. It sings in whale calls, sparkles in raindrops. To see it, one must only listen. To hear it, one must only feel. The ocean speaks to all who are willing. It says, "You are part of me, and I of you." And so the story of the kingdom continues, not ending, but flowing like the eternal tide, a tide that carries memory, wisdom, and hope, a tide that belongs to all who cherish it. The Eternal Kingdom of Poseidon endures forever, not as myth, not as dream, but as truth. It lives in the sea, in the heart, in the soul, a kingdom without walls, without end, without fear, a kingdom of harmony, radiant and eternal. The ocean closes its song with a whisper. And the whisper says, "Remember, always."